Mr. Islam?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very nice, by the way.
But I think I didn't complete my assignment well. Is that right?
But it's a very good beginning. You wrote about like 161 words.
Okay. That's nice or not?
No, very good. I think I told you last time to write down 150 words, right?
Yeah.
I said in the beginning to 150, then I decreased the number of words.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what's the opposite of decrease?
Increase.
Yeah, what's the opposite of it?
Decrease. Decrease.
Yeah.
Increase.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay, let's have a quick revision and see. Can being rich be bad for a person? Okay.
Yeah.
So you said, I think this question is easy, but the answer is more difficult. Unfortunately, nowadays, money is everything in our life. If you need to learn better, you should pay a lot of money for this. If you need to change your life to better, you should pay for everything. So I believe in the quote of our master, Ali ibn Abi Talib, if the poor were a man, I would kill them. This is, I would have killed them.
Killed.
I'm going to write down the words in red or another color. Let's use, yes. When you say, if I were you, I would have done so and so. I would have. Would have,
Yeah.
would have. Let's write it down here. If I were in your situation, I would have or would have, like this. Acted differently. Okay. If you use, if I were you, you do use I would have. I would have. Or he who would have. Also, when you say he or she or it, you don't say I would has or he would has. No,
Would have.
would have. Even when it's he or she, don't be tricked.
Yeah.
Okay, like if you say he will have lunch. Okay, he will have lunch. It will have food. Let's say you're talking about a cat. The cat will have food. Okay, so you don't say she will has. No, she will have lunch. Okay. Also, the same thing is, Mr. Islam, when you say can, you don't say she. Let's say can have the best car. He can have one of the greatest let's say jackets. Can have. You said he, you said she, to use have. Have you noticed this, Mr. Islam?
Yeah.
She would have. Don't be tricked. Some people, they get tricked. You say, okay, I said she, then I have to use has. No, 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 no. With will, with can, should, he should have.
Can, can and would,
And also should.
also should, must.
Yes. Okay. And also when you talk in the past, you say she didn't,
Have.
right, have.
Because all of these uh, after uh, after after them we we put infinitive.
Yes. It's because you're using the infinitive. That's right. Didn't. Okay. You have here can, you have should, you have would, you have will. All of these you don't say has. Okay. Sometimes also there is one of the mistakes some people fall into. The difference between haven't or have not, let's say have not. Let's make it haven't. Okay. And I don't. She doesn't. She hasn't. Okay. Sometimes people they use these words as the same. I haven't as I don't. Okay. Uh, if I tell you I want some money, I want to borrow some money from you, Mr. Islam, so you tell me
I didn't have.
I don't have money or I haven't any
Yeah.
money. What?
I don't have money.
Amazing. I don't have money. Not I haven't money, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because when you use negative with have or has, you are saying this about something in the past. Like, I haven't played. See? This verb is in the past. I haven't played football yesterday, right? I haven't played football yesterday. But if you say I don't play, that's general term. That's in general. I don't play football. What's the difference between both of them? I don't play football, let's say on Thursdays. Haven't or hasn't, you're talking about something specific. Like, let's say he hasn't done his homework.
Yeah.
Okay. But when you talk here, like I don't play football on Thursday. He doesn't do his homework after he comes to school, or after he comes home from school. This is something, I'm going to open the file now. Okay, let's see. This is the grammar of today. Happening now versus always happening. When I say they are looking at him, that's happening right now, right? They are looking. I have noticed in the file, sometimes you say, Mr. Islam, like here, let's give you an example. Here. But I am looking. I am looking forward. See? You have to use am, is, are with the I.
I am
Okay,
looking.
I'm looking forward. If you use ing, you always use something called verb to be, am, is, or are. Okay, so let's get back to the beginning of the file. All of this is excellent. I would have killed him. Okay, so I prefer to be rich, but on the other hand, okay, when you say this, you say, on one hand, so and so happens, but on the other hand, another thing happened. Okay, like on one hand, studying abroad can have so many benefits, but on the other hand, that can really harm your ethics or behavior. See?
Yeah.
Like you can say here in the beginning of this, on one hand, I believe in the quote of our master Ali ibn Abi Talib, that the poor were a man, I would have killed him. So I prefer to be rich. But on the other hand, if you have a lot of money without ethics, you'll be a very bad person. You'll be a very bad person. A very bad person. But I'm looking forward to being rich, to help poor people. They have a lot of dreams. I couldn't achieve these dreams without being rich. So I should study hard to catch a good opportunity in international companies, to be a very important person in our society. Okay, to be a very important person in our society. I think that you can say, I think that is the first step.
The first step to be rich.
Or this is the first step. You can say this. But amazing, very good. You used, that was about 169 words. Amazing. Okay. Let's continue our grammar lesson. I want to continue what I started. They are looking at him. There's something happening right now. Okay. But if I want to in general say like something happening all of the time, you don't use are, or is, or am, but you use the verb in the infinitive. If you want to say in general. Like, what if I ask you, Mr. Islam, what do you do when you go home after work? So you tell me, I sit down and watch TV, right? I sit down with my family. I read a book, okay? I go out and walk with my friends. Look, have you noticed all the verbs that I used? I didn't add anything to them. I didn't say am, or is, or are, or the verb doesn't have any ing, right?
Yeah.
Like here, we manage our business cleverly. That's in general. You manage your business in a smart way. I manage my business. But if you say, I am managing my business, that's now, right now. Am with ing. The cat jumps high. That's in general. Cats know how to jump high. But if you say that the cat, you want to say the cat is jumping right now, you say the cat is
The
jumping.
cat is jumping high.
Okay.
If I mention to this happening now.
Yes. Like she studies hard. She studies hard. That's in general. She studies hard. It's a habit. It's part of her habit. But what if I want to say it's happening right now? What? How can I say it?
She is studying.
She is studying. You cannot say she's studying, and you cannot say she is studying. You have to say she is studying. Is, and then the verb plus ing. He is staying with her. Let's say he's staying with her sister. He's staying with her sister. That means he's staying right now. But you want to say he stays up late at night. But if I say he is staying up, that's right now. but he stays up. Okay? I'm running from my enemy. I'm running away from my enemy. That means it's happening right now. But I run. Let's say I run from the police. That means that always happens to me. I'm a thief, or I have political activity, and the police is always running. And instead of saying they are always running after me, I say the police runs after me. It means all of the time we do this. Okay, it's easy, but it's very important. Okay, it's here very close to it. She doesn't. That's the past. Let's say the negative. When I want to do this, let's say let's forget about the past now. I play, let's say, with my friends every day. I want to say this sentence in the negative. How can I do this, Mr. Islam?
I don't play with my friends every day.
Amazing. I am playing with my friends. In the negative. How can I make it in the negative?
I'm not playing.
With my friends. Right. Okay. Let's say he studies hard for exams. Make it in the negative.
He doesn't study hard for exams.
Perfect. Perfect. I want to make this as a question. Ask him. You ask about him.
Does he study hard for exam?
Amazing. Okay, so now you know how to form a question. You know how to say it in the negative, and you know the difference between them. Give me an example. Talk to me about this, Mr. Islam, and tell me about the things that you do every day by using I with. You can also use I, he, she. Okay, you, whatever you want to use with verbs without anything to add to them, just in the infinitive. Tell me about this. Tell me about your day.
Just infinitive?
Yes, just it. Something that always happens to you.
Okay.
In the morning until you sleep at night.
Okay. Usually, I get up.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to cut you, Mr. Snack. You
Yeah.
always start when you use usually, sometimes, rarely. Uh, you always say I before them. I, or he, or she, or it. So you say I usually do so and so. Don't start with usually. See, I usually
Yeah.
do so and so. Usually I do no, no, no.
Yeah. I usually
Yes.
get up at 4 o'clock, and I pray in Fajr. I think this is big prophet for starting the day, for the starting the day.
It's good profit.
I think big, not not good, not only good, a big good profit for starting the day.
You mean profit like this?
Yeah, profit.
Hmm. You want to say something that you add, right? It's benefits, you mean, right? Do you mean this? It's good benefit.
I I mean benefit, but I mentioned to profit because I believe in
Mhm.
I believe in I believe in Fajr praying. Uh, it's it seems to
Mm. By the way, it's Fajr prayer. Fajr prayer.
Fajr prayer.
Maghrib prayer. Friday prayer. Like Friday. Okay, please continue, Mr. Islam.
Uh, Wait, please, because my battery is low.
Yeah,
I
please
will
take your time.
I will go to take charger.
Of course, take your time.
Okay, I came back.
Welcome back. So
Um,
what happens
I,
after you pray Fajr prayer, Mr. Islam?
I think I think Al-Fajr prayer is a good profit if you like if you need to uh, to win in your day. Uh, uh, let's start with praying in Fajr.
Mhm. Amazing.
Do you understand?
Yes. You want to say that your whole day is going to be filled with blessings by Allah, and the doors are going to be open for you when you pray Fajr.
What?
You want to say that the whole day, if you
Yeah,
pray Fajr, it's going to be filled with blessings, and everything is going to be going in an easy way.
yeah.
Okay, what happens next?
Uh, after this, I read I read Egyptian newspaper. I think it's called it's called المصريون newspaper. I um, I st- I study English well, um, but I think until now I don't have any result about studying English well.
Mm.
I study.
What do you think is missing, Mr. Islam? Why do you think that you are not benefiting from any effort that you're doing in English? What's missing? Of- All of us
because
want.
because I'm not mother tongue or mother um, months for English. I didn't know what what can I do for be native
To be.
speaker.
What can I do to be a native speaker?
What can I do to be a native speaker in English?
Yeah, and you want to say
I,
it's
I,
not
I,
my mother tongue.
I do what I can.
That's amazing. You wanted to say, Mr. Islam, it's English is not my mother tongue. This is what you want to say. It's not my native language, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
but I think you talking. Yeah,
you are talking.
you are talking. No, you talk, not you are talking now. You talk with foreign people, with native speakers. I think you you have benefits for English.
But I want to tell you something, Mr. Islam. I spent more time with videos and lectures and audiobooks more than my engagement with American people and foreigners and so on. So what I want to say is that you can reach a very good level by conversations, as we're doing right now, and also watching and following English material that you listen to.
I I need I need to study English for 6 hours, but I have another another things like
Other things.
studying.
When you say about one thing, another thing. But if you want to say more than one thing, then you say other things like this. Um, I have other things to do, or I have another thing.
Okay.
See here? Thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have another thing to do.
This is not only one thing. Only.
One thing.
But I have noticed, Mr. Islam, and correct me if I'm wrong, that I'm speaking a little bit fast this session and you understand me. Is this correct?
Yeah.
Hmm. I think this didn't happen in the first session or the second session or the third session.
I didn't remember, but I think it's a good start for me.
It's really amazing. It's really amazing. Okay, Mr. Islam, what is this?
Love does not dominate. It
If it is a long word,
cultivate,
try to divide.
cultivate,
Cultivate.
cultivate, cultivates.
Yes. Love does not dominate, it cultivates. Cultivates. What's the meaning of cultivate?
The opposite of the or the deeply
Okay, what's dominate?
dominate, control,
Yes.
control all the time on me.
So love doesn't dominate, it cultivates. Cultivation is when you turn the land to plants. When you have a land and you go and plant it, and after this, it has lots of plants, and you take the harvest. That means you're cultivating. Cultivating, that means you're taking the benefit of the land. If I give you a land, Mr. Islam, and I tell you, this land is yours, so you start planting it by putting seeds and irrigating it by water, and then in the end, the crops grow, and you go and harvest the crops. That means you cultivated the land. Okay, and you can use this also term with other things, like when you say, um, you could say, I cultivated.
I,
Let's
I,
say,
I didn't understand the example of the land.
okay, what do you do when you have a land?
You
Like
mean land
soil.
like soil?
Yes,
I what what soil? What do
soil
you
is
mean by soil?
a piece of land that you plant. Or let's say you can plant in. Can you plant anything in the desert or in the sand? Of course not, right? You have to have soil.
Yeah.
You got it?
Piece of land. Yeah. You land. I when I put my foot, I put my foot on the land.
Yes. You plant it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I understand what do you mean by soil.
Yes. So the soil, that is a place that you plant your, let's say a tree. If you plant a tree, that's in the soil.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you plant and then you get something called, let's say, crops. You know the crops, vegetables, fruits. That's called crops. Crops
Crops. Crops.
like fruits, vegetables, grain. You know what's grain?
Yeah. I don't
Grain is like wheat.
eat.
I'm gonna show you now. let's say wheat. Wheat that you make bread out of.
Yeah.
So wheat is a type of something. That something is called grains. Grains, wheat is one of them. So you have wheat, one of them. All of these are grains.
The source of the bread.
Wheat is the source of the bread, but grains are different types. Like what? I'm going to give you examples. Like, let's say types. Let's say here, grain. Let's say classification. Like barley. You know barley? Barley, sha'ir,
Yeah.
barley. You have also oat. You have wheat. You have cereal. You know the cereal that we eat in the breakfast?
Cereal.
Yeah. In the breakfast.
Yeah.
This is cereal.
Cereal is a part of grain.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. It's planted. This is cereal. It's part of the grains. You have also oat. Of course, this is not, it's shufan.
Yeah.
Oat. Okay. And of course, you have wheat.
Hum.
Yes. And you have also corn. You know corn?
Cornflakes.
No, no, just corn. Corn means,
Yeah.
so all of these, wheat, oat, all of them are grains. So the grains or the vegetables or the fruits that you plant, what happens? You, in the end, when they grow, you take them from the land, right?
Yeah.
That there is a word for this, harvest, to harvest. To harvest the crops. That means to take them from the land when they grow.
Yeah.
Okay? And also you can call the crops, vegetables, fruits, you can call them also, it's a noun also, harvest. The harvest. You can say the harvest of this year was too much. Okay? When you have this harvest, That means you cultivated the land. You took advantage of it, you planted it, and you harvested. This is cultivation. You use the soil by planting it, by cleaning it, by choosing your seeds. Okay, this is cultivating. By using this machine, you're cultivating your land. You're trying to use the best benefit of it. When you want to use something for your own benefit, you cultivate. Not only a land, but it's the main word that you use it for is to prepare and use for raising of crops. See?
Yeah.
Okay, but it doesn't only come with crops and harvest, it also comes with people. See? Here, vegetables, yes, of course. See, he's giving an example. Prehistoric people settled the area and began to cultivate the land, to use the land for their own benefit. Okay? Um, they survived by cultivating vegetables and grain. Okay? He has carefully cultivated his image. Cultivated his image here, it doesn't mean that he planted his image. But when you have your own image cultivated, it means you work on it and you try to make it better and to have a better result of something. To cultivate is to have a better result, a better use of something. So he is here saying love does not dominate, does not control, but it cultivates. Love makes the person better, makes the person have benefit, makes the person have value. Did you get it, Mr. Islam?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, let's continue the reading, please.
However, there are a number of arguments in favor of making university education free for all. Firstly, it will encourage more people to attend and will benefit society, well-educated workforce.
Yes, this is because
This is because it will lead to a more productive and educated workforce. Research
what's the meaning of workforce, Mr. Islam?
workforce
Yeah.
supportive,
Sorry again.
like support.
And the workforce, that means the number of people working in the country or in a company. Let's say the workforce in Egypt is estimated to be 40 million. Workforce, the number of people working.
The number of people working.
Yes. The number of people working in a country. So, like, how many engineers do we have? How many teachers do we have? How many doctors do we have? This is the workforce. Every country has its own workforce. If you have so many people unemployed, that means you are jobless, without a job. That means the workforce is weak. The workforce is not strong. القوة العاملة,
Yeah.
the workforce. So he's saying that it will lead, that means free education will lead to, will cause more productive. You know what's more productive?
Productive,
Yeah,
effective.
very good. It's gonna produce good results,
Yeah.
more productive and educated workforce. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Research has generally shown
Shown
that
that
those countries,
countries that have a better educated population via university have higher levels of innovation and productivity.
okay, those countries that have a better educated population. What's the meaning of population?
Population, the people who lives in the country.
Yes, the people who live. The people who live.
The country.
Because people is not singular, it's plural. It's plural. Via that means through or by. If I said, Mr. Islam, I'm waiting for you via this link, via through. Okay, so via university, that means through, by university. Have high levels of innovation and productivity. What's the meaning of innovation?
Innovation, like innovation,
If you say this,
innovation, development,
sorry again.
development.
Okay, very close, very close. You know, it's exactly like creativity. Innovation means
Yeah, yeah. Motivation.
no. Motivation is something
Motivation.
else.
Yeah.
Motivation is something else. Motivation, that means when you are encouraged to do something. I motivate you to study hard. That means I'm pushing you or I'm encouraging you to do so. But if I am saying I'm innovating, that means I'm creating new things.
Yeah.
Being innovative, that means I'm being creative. I'm thinking of new solutions, new and smart solutions outside of the box.
Yeah.
So levels of innovation, when you say the levels of innovation in this company is very high, that means Mr. Islam and his colleagues, they are working on new solutions that weren't done before. Nobody took them before. That's an innovation. You're not following something, you're not reinventing the wheel, they say this. If you do the same thing without any innovation, that means you are reinventing the wheel. تعيد اختراع العجلة. To do something without innovation, creativity. Okay, what is this?
In addition, the issue of quality opportunity. If all students are required to pay tuition, a low income
may be dissuaded.
Dissuaded?
Yes. If I want to make a person accept my argument, what do I do? Convince, right? And persuade.
Yeah.
Do you know this word persuade, Mr. Islam?
Persuade? I don't.
Sorry?
I don't know.
Okay, do you remember we took the word to convince?
Yeah.
To convince somebody, يقنع. I want to convince you to come with me
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Convince equals persuade.
Persuade.
Yes, he persuaded his father to go out late at night. Okay,
Yeah.
so persuade, the opposite of it, dissuade.
This way. This way.
That means to persuade somebody not to do something. Like my mother dissuaded my father and made him, let's say, stop me from going out.
Yeah.
Dissuaded, it means she persuaded him not to do something, not to make me go out. So here, what he's saying is low income people who are living on low income may be dissuaded from attending. That means they may be مش مقتنعين خلاص, they're not convinced from attending. Thus, that means therefore, let's forget thus. Therefore, لذلك, therefore, making education unfair.
Thus, it means therefore.
Yes, thus equals therefore. So he's saying, therefore, making it unfair. It's going to make education unfair because people of low income, they're going to be dissuaded. They're not going to be persuaded to go and pay lots of money. And this is the problem of equality of opportunity, that we don't have equal opportunity.
So, I think being rich is the solution of this problem.
Yeah, the solution is not to make it with money, because if I'm poor and you're rich, Mr. Islam, you're going to be able to go to university. But for me, it's going to be very hard because I don't have any money. So it's going to dissuade me. And this is not equal opportunity, because you can go to university because simply you are rich. It's not because, maybe a person is richer than you, but it doesn't mean that he's smarter. It doesn't mean that he's better than you, right? Just because.
No. I think every university, like number universities, New York, in England, in Germany, provide scholarship for smart poor people if you haven't any money.
If you don't have any money.
If you don't have any money.
Mm-hmm. And that's really very good, because they are encouraging people to go and study instead of focusing on the rich.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
But totally, these universities need a lot of money to improve the learning process, the building, etc.
Yeah. Are you talking about education in general or English, Mr. Islam?
Education and German.
Yes, I agree with you, Mr. Islam. I feel it's not very easy right now to study in a very good place without money. I think even public universities, the universities that are owned by the government, you have to pay money in some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the way of credit teaching and so on, the points. And if you're studying in an English section, like you're in the
Yeah.
Faculty of Commerce, but you're studying in English sections, that's why you pay more money.
Like in like international schools in Egypt
Yes.
provide unique learning. I think if you learn better, you should pay for this school.
Hmm. But I think in international schools they exaggerate. The amount of money is really too much. It's I worked
But
before.
but 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 if you exchange the cost the cost the cost in dollars, I think it is it's not it's not
It's not expensive.
it's not expensive. Yeah,
There's another word, by the way, to use: overpriced.
overpriced equals expensive.
Expensive, but without a reason. That means its price is exaggerated. Like if you
Yeah,
go,
exaggerated,
yes,
exaggerated.
yes, exaggerate. You know what's exaggerate? If I tell
Yeah,
you, sorry,
yeah, I know.
so the price is made higher than it should be. The value of the thing that you're buying is less than the money that you pay for. Like in some places when you go and buy certain type of clothes, it's because in a very famous company made this product, so that's why it's expensive. That's it. But the quality of the t-shirt, the quality of the shoes are not that strong. It's not very high. Like Adidas, like Nike.
Yeah, but quality of teacher in international school
Sorry,
is very good.
sorry again, because
Qual-
the voice is a little bit far, Mr. Islam.
quality teacher, the quality of teachers in international schools is very good.
Yeah, it's much better than, of course, other schools, other than public schools, other than language schools, but not that strong. I have taught in one of the schools. It's international school, and it wasn't that strong at all. It was just normal. You know, I taught them in 1 year. The kids weren't able to talk for 3 minutes straight. Most of them, if you tell them talk for 3 minutes without stopping, they cannot do that. Most of them. And if somebody can, the student really stops and pauses and doesn't speak properly, makes common pronunciation mistakes, doesn't use lots of vocabularies, just baby words without trying to use other words.
But it depends on person.
Yeah, I agree.
If 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 um, if uh, if I if if I studied with if I attend a session with native speaker or native teacher with native English teacher but I didn't study hard. I didn't study well. The result is zero.
Yeah, I agree with you. You mean that the effort of the student is important too?
Yeah, I think uh, their, their family
Has a role.
because uh, because uh, they have a lot of money. Easy come, easy go. Like easy come, easy go.
Uh-huh. So they just spend their money for, let's say, showing off.
Yeah. Because they they save they save good opportunities for them in future, like businessman, owner of company. Uh, do you understand what I mean?
Yes, yes,
What I mean? Yeah,
yes, I understand 100%.
yeah,
So it's not for the value of education itself. It's not because
yeah,
the
yeah,
family.
yeah. Because I think majority of uh, of their parents uh, don't have value education. Uh, they spend money for money, for showing uh, my my children, my son uh, go to international school um, like this,
Mhm.
but they but they but they don't believe in the value of education.
Yes, Mr. Stem, I totally agree with you because uh, at the same school I worked at, there was a very hard working student. She was a girl. I think she was in elementary phase, primary phase. She was so polite. She worked hard. She got high marks. And the surprise is that her father is the owner of the school. She didn't say, or let's say if her father didn't train her or teach her, don't study, you don't have to. I am the owner of the school. I can make you succeed. No, 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 no. She acts like anyone. You don't know that she is really somebody who's special. She's not special at all.
Yeah,
That means that her parents knew the value of education itself. It's not
yeah,
to go and attend something just for the fun of it or just because you want to show off and feel arrogant about it. No, it's because the value that you're going to gain or get.
but uh, her father is one of them, but majority of them are majority of them didn't don't believe in the value of education.
You can say the majority of them are shallow. You know what's shallow?
Are shallow?
Shallow.
No,
Shallow.
I don't understand. Shallow?
You know when you say shallow water, this water is shallow. That means the water is not deep. not deep.
Yeah, yeah.
Say they are shallow, that means they just
Like,
think about
like,
appearance.
like, like our river in Egypt now.
Yes, exactly. It's not deep now, it's shallow. And also you can say this about a person. This person is shallow. That means he's not deep.
Yeah, his brain is low in thinking.
Yes. He's low in thinking and only the brain thinks about the appearance. Just the appearance.
Yeah, appearance, clothes, like this.
Yes, amazing. Like the anything that you own, the ownership of things, ownership of things like houses, like money, like let's say cars, jewelry, all of these things they're called possession. Possession, not
Yeah,
possession, not this. This is
yeah.
this is possession. Possession.
Obsession.
Possession that means if you say my possession, that means anything that I or you own, such as cars, houses, money, what else? Let's say a company. Okay, amazing. May you please continue reading, Mr. Islam?
The reason for this is that they will likely not be able to secure financial support from their family, so they will be concerned about the debts they will incur in the future.
Yeah, the reason for this is that they will likely, what does it mean likely? Will likely not be able.
Same.
Likely means when you say it's likely going to happen, that means it's expected it's going to happen. Unlike,
Expected?
yes, we say, oh, I'm likely going to come today and meet my friends. It's unlikely to succeed in this exam. It's the opposite. It's not expected.
Yeah.
Like, what if somebody has an exam that's very hard? He says to the teacher, it's unlikely that I'm going to succeed. That means
Yeah.
unexpected. Or you can say, I'm likely going to be accepted in this job. So likely means expected. أرجح. It's likely going to rain.
Yeah.
Expected. Okay. So they will likely, most likely, that means they are, it's expected, not be able to secure financial support from their family. Their family are not going to be able to pay their school fees. Okay, so they will be concerned. I will be concerned about what happened yesterday. What does that mean? Concerned. He is concerned about the health of his father. What does concern mean?
They will be concerned.
The teacher was concerned
Confused?
because the students weren't studying hard.
Confused?
Um, no, to feel worried.
Wonder?
No. If I say I am concerned about my father's health, Concerned, that means worried.
Worried?
Will be concerned about the debts. Worried about the debts. You know what? This is called debts.
I know, I know this in, I think this in English. Uh,
You mean concerned or debts?
that's
Yes. They will incur in the future. Incur, that means to incur something, like here.
incurring the queue,
No, incur is to add a burden. You know what's a burden?
burden, a burden.
Yes. If I
No,
say
I don't.
a burden, it means something hard that you carry with you as a responsibility. Like if you say, debts may be a burden on me in the future. If I say to my friend, don't burden me with these facts, stop telling me what to do. Burden, yuthqil. It's a great burden to have lots of sisters and brothers that you have to pay for and support. Burden, responsibility. But responsibility that you carry on your shoulders.
Like the elder of brother in the family is a
Elders,
bird, like the elder or the older brother, the older son in the family.
mhm. Yes, that's right. Let's say the oldest brother in the family
Oh,
is going to carry the burden.
yeah, you yeah yeah you carry the burden.
Yes, amazing. Okay, so I want you to bring this word in a sentence.
Incur,
Incur. To carry, the same thing. Consequences, usually undesirable. To incur a huge number of debts. That means to carry, to burden yourself with. Okay.
incur equals to carry.
Yes, to carry something that's a responsibility, like burden.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the last slide. What is this, Mr.
In,
Hussein?
in conclusion, I am of opinion that all education should remain equally available to all regardless of income. This is only fair, but will also ensure that countries has
Can prosper.
can prosper and develop into the future with a well-educated workforce.
Okay. Prosper is
Prosper.
to have money, to have good quality of life. Good quality of life. تزدهر. Good quality of life.
Yeah. Prosper and develop. Prosper and develop
Yes.
close in meaning.
Yes. Very
Yeah,
close. Very close. Yeah.
very close in meaning.
Develop is to become better, to have progress. Prosper is to have good quality.
Good quality.
You develop, but you didn't reach to the level of good quality. Very good quality. So maybe we are developing our financial stuff, our education, but that doesn't mean that we're prospering. Prospering, that's one of the highest levels of development.
Yeah,
One level.
yeah, yeah.
So, what do you think in the end of this?
If you need to prosper, you should develop.
Yes, exactly. Amazing. So, we finished this maybe about in 4 sessions or 3 sessions. Just reading about free of charge education. So, what do you think about this after reading this together, Mr. Islam? Did you follow one of the opinions? You said in the beginning that you are with the opinion that education must be free. Did the writer persuade you to accept the same arguments with the same position like him, or did you change your mind after reading the article? Hello?
I I
I think the writer agrees with you.
I think I agree with you, but the money is the best solution for developing the education. The education uh, for free for smart people uh, if they didn't have any money.
Mhm. So you mean education, good education equals good enough money?
If yeah, if you need the best quality of education, you should pay. If you don't have any money, but your kids, your sons are smart, um, are creative. Um, um, I think schools or universities should provide them with scholarships.
Mm, I agree with you, Mr. Stan. We don't have this in Egypt, right? Most of the time.
What?
I think in Egypt we don't have this.
I think in Egypt we don't have we don't have anything.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
The pronunciation. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I memorized the word, the pronunciation of the word. Uh, I practice on it, and I need to check with
Of course, Mr. Islam, go ahead.
uh, world,
Correct. World.
world,
Let's say World Cup.
World Cup.
Amazing. Perfect. Okay, this time we're going to take the vowel called the short vowel. We took the long vowel, if you remember, Mr. Istam. This is the short. So may you read, what is this?
Act. After.
Perfect.
Adventure.
No,
After.
after. Good.
Adventure. Answer. Cup. Dot. Wig.
It's wig. You know what's wig?
Wig. This part of the bird.
No, wig means artificial hair.
Artificial hair?
Yeah, like women, when in the let's say movies, this is not the original hair. Sometimes they are wearing wigs.
Yeah. I know. Baruka.
Yes. Okay, what's this?
Standard.
Standard. See?
Stand.
Act, after, adventure, answer, cup, dot, wig, standard. These are called short vowels. You don't say act or act. No. Act.
Yeah.
See? This is revision of the last time long vowel. Age. Pay.
Each.
Play.
Play.
Okay. Okay, what is this?
I wanted to act, but the fact was with the staff. The man bought the cat and played with the rat. The pot was hot and baked without lid. Wrote it without thought. My cousin is young and got in trouble. The cap is like a hat.
I'm going to give you more examples, Mr. Stem, of the short vowel. Like here.
Yeah.
Act, apt, ask, bat, bad, bag, cat, cap. This is short. Okay. Like here, for the E also, ben, bed, big, not big, not bit, no, then, fed, jam, get, not git, hen, not hen.
Bet.
Okay. Try to
And
say this. What is this?
10.
Okay.
Ted. Vet. Yet.
Okay. What about this?
Rim.
Very good.
Red. Rig. Fit.
Very good.
Road.
Rubbed. Rubbed.
Rod. Rod.
Rubbed.
God.
God.
Got.
Got.
Got. Hot. Jog.
Jog. Yes. Jog. Okay.
Josh or jog?
Jog. Jog.
Jog. Jog.
What is this?
Bug.
Bug. Yes.
Gun. Pop. Rub.
Okay. We want to see the long vowels for last time. Like, what is this?
A corn.
It's acorn.
Equal.
Acorn. Acorn is
Equal.
جوز البلوط. I'm gonna show you this. Acorn.
Equal.
This is acorn. Okay, what is this?
Grave.
Good.
Fatal.
Fatal.
Fatal. Hesitate.
Hesitate. Good.
Grass.
Graze.
Graze. Vibrate. Hail. Chain.
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 Quail.
Equal.
Quail.
Coil. Coil.
Quail.
Quail. Quail. Great.
Graze. Good.
Trait.
Great.
Fray. May. Portray.
Very good.
Complete. East. Cream. Weak.
Very good.
Deep.
Deep.
Deep. Meek.
Meek. Good.
Meek. Feel.
Veil.
Veil. Way.
Way. Very good. What is this?
Kind. Idea.
Idea.
Idea. Drive. Tip.
Tide.
Tide. Died. Dry. Dry. Close.
Close or close, of course. Close. Close.
Close or most.
Most. Very good.
Most. Roast.
Roast.
Coach.
Coach.
Coach. Throat.
Throat.
Toy.
Toe.
Toe. Trust.
Truth.
Truth.
Truth. حقيقة.
Truth. Truth. Fluke.
We took it before. Yes.
By luck. Unicorn. True. Joyous.
Juice.
Juice.
Amazing. So now we took the short and the long vowel.
And long vowels.
Okay. Talked about it. So we're gonna take the phrasal verbs starting with take. I was taken aback when I saw the results. What does it mean to say I'm taken aback?
I was taken aback when I saw.
That means
I don't.
surprised, shocked,
I shocked.
surprised. I was taken aback by what the owner of the company said to his people. Taken aback. You didn't expect this happening, so you feel shocked.
Yeah.
I was taken aback because the man insulted the old guy.
Insulted.
Yes, insulted. You know what's insulted? Say bad words. Say a bad
Yeah.
word to another person, that means he insulted him.
Insulted.
Yes, insult.
Say bad words.
Like you are so and so. You are. Okay, my son,
My son
somebody's
didn't.
talking to his son. My son, don't take this toy apart. You may need it one day. Need it. Must be need it. My son, don't take this toy apart. You may need it one day. So take apart. To take something apart, what does that mean?
Take something apart.
That means
I don't know. Broken. Broken.
take something apart, you break it into pieces. He took this book apart, that means he ripped the book. They are going to take down some notes in the lecture. Take down.
Right.
Amazing. Taking off your t-shirt may be inappropriate. To take off your
Take
t-shirt.
off. Uh, uh, take off. Change the t-shirt. Change shirt or remove the shirt
Okay.
from my body. Yeah.
Okay, what about the plane takes off?
In the airport. Landing.
Landing is the opposite.
Landing was the opposite of take off, but takes off departure of the airport and it goes to sky.
Yes, that's right. To take off, that means to go and fly, to start flying.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. So you won't take on this new task. To take on, what does that mean?
Going to doing
Sorry?
doing
Yes. That means you are responsible for it. I'm gonna responsible for it. I'm gonna be responsible for it. I'm going to be doing this mission. Okay. I want to see something here.
Where's Norman Ali Khan from?
He is from Pakistan, originally
Um,
from Pakistan, but he lives in America for a while.
I guess he is Pakistan.
Yeah. Okay, please, I'm going to send you a link, Mr. Islam, and it's a very short video. It's about for 2 minutes. Watch it right now, and let's discuss it together.
Watch it now?
Yeah. I sent you the link on WhatsApp. Do you want me to send it through the chat here?
Okay. I will watch it now until
I hope that you enjoy it.
when I finish it, I speak to you.
Amazing. Waiting for you.
John,
Yes, Mr. Islam.
I've been
So,
watching. I finished watching.
so what do you think, Mr. Islam, about this short video? What do you think about it?
In brief, I think Norman Ali Khan mentioned to uh, the main mission and the vision in our life.
Mm-hmm.
Why we Allah create us, how to treat with Quran, and he
What did he think
he
about making the relationship with the Quran, what's going to happen to the personality of the person?
Um, he
If
mentioned,
I change my relationship with the Quran, what happens?
I think if you have a good relationship with Quran, it will feedback well in your thinking, in your life, in your ethics.
Mhm.
If if Quran um, dominate on my thinking, on my brain, the life will be better.
Mhm. Mhm. He said that the Quran must be the concern of young people and old people.
Yeah, and Mr. Norman mentioned in this video uh, how to how to how to learn young people to treat with Quran
Mhm.
because every every bad things nowadays like young people like young specifically like young Muslim people uh, who take drugs who who collect in
Mhm.
in places where video games on it and playing video game uh, to very late hours at night and didn't and don't pray in mosque and don't go to school and don't study well and don't treat their parents well. All all of these problems related to why we 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 are far from the Quran and why the Muslim house don't
Doesn't.
why the Muslim house doesn't learn uh, young kids
Doesn't teach.
doesn't teach young kids uh, Quran and I didn't don't mean teaching the Quran by uh, by teaching the kids like ABC. No,
Uh-huh.
the description of Quran, the description of
The real
of
meaning.
his, yeah, the real meaning of Quran. I think if if young young Muslim people believe everything in Quran or real meaning, uh, this will be impact very good in everything in their life.
Mm-hmm. I 100% agree with this, Mr. Islam. And by the way, he said the word people are obligated. People are obligated to make the relationship with the Quran better. So
Yeah.
what does obligated mean?
Obligated.
Obligated means duty.
Duty.
You know what?
Responsibility.
Yes. Obligated, that means to have.
Responsibility.
To do something.
Something.
So people are obligated to make a relationship with the Quran better, to change it.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. I'll write down things here. Just 20 seconds. These are the 5 words that are going to be the home assignment, inshallah, Mr. Islam.
The next year.
What are the 5? Conspiracy,
Conspiracy.
plague,
Plague.
that's also a noun. Solitude,
Solitude.
also a noun. This is noun and a verb. Flatter. Platonic, that's an adjective. I want you, inshallah, next time to put them all in a sentence. But this time, it's going to be something different. Use 5 words in one subject. Maybe in one paragraph. Do you get what I want to say, Mr. Islam? So use conspiracy and plague and solitude and flatter and platonic.
Yeah.
Make up a short story.
Yeah.
So I believe that we're almost done, Mr. Islam, and I hope that you enjoyed this session as much as I really did enjoy it. So in the end, I really like to have a feedback from you. What did you like about the session? What you didn't like? What do you want to focus more on? What you felt that really made it better for you to understand English? In general, I'm waiting for your comments. Feel free. Don't consider me as your teacher. I'm your brother. So tell me anything you want to say.
First, I think the time of session in the, the early of the morning is better choice from you.
It's better.
It's better choice for you. This is the first. And my brain in the fourth session will be start how to think in English. How to think in English.
You mean that you started to think in English in this fourth session, Mr. Islam?
I mentioned on this statement. I was thought in English before, but I think now is better than before.
Amazing, very good.
I think you're good guide, teacher, and proactive person.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Because you chat to me to remember the time of session, and thanks for your flexibility to reschedule and your feedback when I sent a link for English course to revise grammar section. I think you are very proactive person.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really happy to hear this from you, Mr. Islam, and I'm always ready to hear all your comments anytime. So very, very nice. Inshallah, next time we're going to meet on Friday in the morning, right?
Yeah.
From 9 to 11?
What do you want? 9 to 11? It's a good choice.
Amazing.
Because you know on Friday you get you sleep after Fajr prayer.
Yeah.
To take some break because I haven't worked this day.
Yeah, I don't have any work, or I have no work.
I don't. Unfortunately, I remember. I remember, but when I talk, I make a mistake.
No problem at all. No problem.